Have you ever noticed that the thing exhausting you, the thing making your mind restless, is not life itself? It's because you are living slightly away from where you truly belong. Today, I'm going to point you to one simple truth, and if you truly see it, many of the struggles in your life will begin to soften on their own, and you won't need to fix or change anything. Stay until the end of this video, because the final part is where very few people have ever arrived. This is a video about the unborn, an ancient insight from Zen and Buddhist wisdom that speaks directly to the modern mind, modern anxiety, and modern suffering. If you feel like your thoughts never stop, your mind is always busy, and the more answers you search for, the more confused you feel, then this video is for you. I know your time is limited, and what I'm sharing here is not something you fully grasp after just one listen. So stay until the end. When you have a quiet moment, while doing chores or resting, come back and listen again. Save the video, save the playlist, and share it so it's always there when you need it. If you truly do that, within just a few months, your way of thinking will expand and rise to an entirely new level. When I was younger, I believed something very strongly. I believed that I needed to learn more, read more books, understand more concepts before I could truly understand life. Until one day, I noticed something strange. Before I ever thought about life, I was already living it. Before I named things, before I explained anything, there was already knowing. Think of yourself as a child. You didn't know the word ego. You didn't know the word anxiety. You didn't know the word failure. And yet, you were alive, fully present, and often deeply at peace. What you are searching for is not something you need to acquire. It is something you were born with, and later you forgot. We're all just following our thoughts, the labels we put on things and experiences. And over time, without even realizing it, we start to think we are those labels. Yes, it's these thoughts, these imaginations, these mental habits that slowly pull us away from who we truly are, our true nature. This brings us to the next question. What exactly are thoughts? Imagine standing beside a perfectly still lake. The sky reflects on the surface. Clouds pass. Birds move. Light shifts. The lake does not create the sky and the clouds. It only reflects it. Your mind works the same way. Your mind is like that calm lake. It reflects whatever appears. When clouds move across the sky, they're reflected on the surface of the water. In the same way, when a thought arises, it simply appears on the surface of the mind. The lake itself is never the clouds. Your true mind, the unborn mind, is never the thoughts. Its true nature is like the surface of the lake, and your thoughts are just reflections, like clouds in the water. A thought is not living reality. It is already one step removed, a reflection, an echo. But because we live inside thought for so long, we slowly begin to believe that thought is who we are. Thoughts do not need to be destroyed. They don't need to be silenced. You only need to stop mistaking them for yourself. Now, if thoughts are not you, then who is aware of them? Right now, as you listen to my voice, if a sound appears behind you, a bird, a passing car, a soft noise, you recognize it instantly. You don't say to yourself, "Now I will listen." You don't prepare. You don't decide. And yet, you know exactly what you heard. This is living proof of the unborn. There is a natural intelligence already functioning within you. Clear, precise, effortless. It does not come from thinking, and it's always present. And if this intelligence is always present, why do we still suffer? Suffering doesn't arrive all at once. It begins quietly. You did something wrong, and a thought immediately appears. I just made a mistake. Then another thought arises. I'm not good enough. I always ruin things. And then, a little further, I am a bad person. Just like that, you let these labels define you, and you begin to live by them. Suffering can also come from a memory. I shouldn't have done that. Or a projection. What if the future goes wrong? And slowly, you leave the present moment. You move away from the place where everything is already resolved. The unborn. But you know what? Even when that happens, as it always does, it's not the problem. Suffering does not need to be fixed. It dissolves when you return to where you already are. So how do you return? For centuries, people have spoken about enlightenment, immortality, non-birth and non-death, but very few offered living proof, until one simple statement appeared. I teach nothing new. I only point to what is already alive in you, right now. These words come from Bankei Yotaku, one of the great Zen masters who lived in the 17th century. He wasn't offering a new teaching. He was only pointing to what has always been here, within you. When this is confirmed, you don't become someone else. You simply stop forgetting who you are. Enlightenment is not an achievement. It is the end of seeking. Have you ever met someone who felt deeply present, not judging, not analyzing, simply seeing you? Not because they are skilled in psychology, but because they are no longer looking through thought. When concepts fall away, clarity remains, and from that clarity, you see others as they truly are. Ancient teachers said, even in dark times, if a single person lives fully in the unborn, if someone practices in this way over a long period of time and eventually comes to a state of deep, absolute peace, and then shares their experience, shares their way of practice with many others, then that person is helping to preserve the ancient wisdom of the sages. The merit of such an act is immeasurable. And so, that's how true wisdom remains alive in the world to this day. Not through words, not through doctrine, but through presence. You don't need to save the world. You only need to stand where you already belong. The unborn. So, today, we explored the unborn mind and why thoughts are not you. We've touched on the natural intelligence that's already alive within you, how suffering begins when you leave it, and why nothing needs to be achieved. If this video helped you slow down, even just a little, that's truly wonderful. Because every moment you slow down, every moment you bring attention back to your breath, is a moment you are truly living, in your true nature. No thinking, no calculating, no analyzing anything at all. Just being aware is enough. After this video, I invite you to spend a few quiet minutes. Do nothing at all. Just sit still and notice everything around you. You can begin with the breath. In, out. Don't try to control your breathing. Just be aware that you are breathing. That's enough. Nothing more is needed. All right. Thank you for being here with me for these past 10 minutes. I hope this shared something meaningful with you. And if you'd like to walk this journey with me, the journey of returning to the present, of living from your truest nature, consider subscribing and saving this video, because one day you may need to remember that nothing was ever missing, that everything was already whole. If you ever experience a moment when your mind becomes completely still, share your experience here in the comments below. Until next time.